This is the Braun Multiquick 7, a hand blender that brings some serious innovation to the kitchen, and one of them is the ActiveBlade technology. Unlike regular blenders, the blade itself moves up and down, sliding through ingredients instead of just spinning around them. We've tried it on soups, smoothies, and even stubborn frozen fruits. Keep watching, you'll see if it's just a gimmick or the real deal. I'm Tina and welcome back to our Shouldit Blender Series. Here's where the testing begins. If you like a clearer view of how we evaluate each step, check out our explainer how Shouldit Test Immersion blenders. It outlines the reasoning, criteria, and consistency checks behind every trial. Once you know what to look for, you see every detail differently in this first test, the hot soup puree. We started with a simple homemade soup that included chicken broth, onions, celery, pumpkin, and carrot. Everything was pressure cooked until soft enough to blend smoothly. Just like in our other test, we kept the soup steady at about 136 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit for consistency before blending in 30 seconds. As soon as its blades touched the soup, they pulled everything downward in the steady vortex. You can see the veggies spinning rapidly toward the center, cracking apart almost instantly. And thanks to the long 8.3-inch blending stick, we could reach the bottom of the beaker easily, which really cut down on mess and splatter. We also like how it's balanced. There's a bit of head for stability, but it doesn't tire us out. Regarding the result, our soup turned out silky and smooth, yet still felt freshly homemade. When we ran it through a mesh strainer to test how fine it really was, only the tiniest traces of fiber were left. Actually, they were too small to make any difference. Hot soup puree, 8 out of 10. Next up, the frozen fruit smoothie test. We combine frozen mango, pineapple, a bit of kale, and water, a simple recipe that really shows how much muscle a blender has. Frankly speaking, we are fans of the sweet trigger. It feels responsive, light to press, and smooth under the finger. As we increase the speed, it has a smooth from a slow, careful start to a confident finish without any sudden kick. We also got a steady, comfortable hold since the handle is non-slip and softly finished, so it didn't require a tight grip. The ActiveBlade have a lot here too. Its up and down motion keeps the frozen fruits moving, so nothing got stuck and the blend stays smooth on the way through. Of course, our Braun faced the test head-on and didn't disappoint. It finished the job in about 1 minute and 10 seconds, faster than nearly every other blender we've tested. Not a single fragment of fruit remained unblended, and even more outstandingly, the kale, which often poses a challenge due to its fibrous nature, was reduced to the finest state. In the end, every element was incorporated perfectly, creating a smoothie that was as nutrient-dense as it was delicious. Smoothie, 8.8 out of 10. Before continuing with the rest of the reviews, we like to be clear that this isn't a bad promotion. Every hand blender we test is self-funded to ensure unbiased evaluations and honest ratings. If you find this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be a huge support. Now we tested how well it could emulsify by making mayonnaise. All we used were 3 egg yolks and 240 milliliters of oil. From start to finish, the process felt friendly and easy to follow. The whisk moved with solid consistency, letting everything build cleanly and smoothly. The handle stayed secure even when our hand was a little oily, and vibration remained low so the beaker didn't rock on the counter, and we didn't need to pause or change our grip. The blender took about 2 minutes to complete its challenge. That was a bit slower than a few competitors, but still reliable. The resulting mayonnaise turned out creamy and well blended, with just a touch more oil and a slightly softer sheen than a perfect glossy finish. Mayonnaise, 7 out of 10. We place 1 cup of raw almonds and 3 cups of filtered water into the 24-ounce beaker. Then blend it at full power until the liquid became as smooth as possible. And once again, the prawn's efficiency stood out as truly remarkable. During the operation, it blended with a steady controlled motion. There was no splattering, as well as no strong suction pulling the mixture upward. The flow stayed coherent and even. Obviously, the bell-shaped guy did an excellent job managing splashes here, and since its unit blade system drew the food inward so well, we didn't find ourselves tilting or stirring nearly as often. Thanks to that, the almonds were caught in a powerful vortex roughly within a minute or so. After straining, the milk came out light and creamy, with a pleasant nutty flavor and very thin layers of puff left behind. Almond milk, 9.3 out of 10. The final test checked the blender's ability to whip egg whites, starting with 100 milliliters in the 24-ounce beaker. We began on low to minimize splatter, then increased the speed as the mixture became light and expanded in volume. While the blender was not the fastest as whisking in this test, requiring up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to finish, the outcome's consistency entirely deserved the effort. By the end of the trial, the whisk produced flawless stiff peaks that maintained their shape even when the beaker was inverted. There was no separation or liquid at the base, which was an indicator of uniform air distribution. Whipped egg whites, 8 out of 10. So, taking all 5 tests into account, this Braun Multiquick 7 achieved an overall performance rating of 8.3 out of 10. To be honest, we came in with high expectations for the Braun Multiquick 7, and it surpassed every one of them. That's why it easily earned the top spot as our favorite immersion blender. The blender shines particularly in puree and hot soups, emulsifying mayonnaise, beating egg whites, and preparing nut meals. It also excels at making frozen fruit smoothies, staying ahead of several other models with impressively uniform results every time. When you're making smaller servings and don't want a full-size blender taking up space, this is certainly a nice space-saving option for your quick and refreshing frozen mixes at home. Most importantly, it combines heavy-duty performance with user-friendly operation, durable construction, and a versatile collection of accessories. And if you need one more reason to say yes, it's the advanced ActiveBlade technology, which makes blending feel almost effortless. Overall, we believe the Braun Multiquick 7 has just about everything we're looking for. Fast, versatile, and exceptionally comfortable to use. It's a clear must-buy for anyone who blends regularly. We highly recommend it. That's it for our review of the Braun Multiquick 7 Immersion Blender. You can find more details through the link in the description or explore other options in our Shouldit Blender series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching Shouldit, and see you in the next video. Bye!